What if the person you trust the most is secretly rooting for your downfall? Not the narcissist, not the manipulative dark empath, but someone far more dangerous. Someone who hides in plain sight, smiling when you succeed, yet quietly hoping you stumble. They don't need the spotlight like narcissists do. They don't lure you in with charm like dark empaths. Instead, they feed on your failure. And the scariest part? You might already have one in your life. For years, psychology has warned us about toxic personalities, narcissists, sociopaths, dark empaths. But there's another type of personality that slips through the cracks. A type that psychologists don't always name outright, but one we encounter every single day. They're harder to identify, harder to confront, and often more damaging to our confidence than the loud and obvious narcissist. This is the Schadenfreude personality, the person who finds joy in your pain, your mistakes, your failures, and they might be sitting right across from you. Have you ever shared good news, only to notice someone's smile didn't quite reach their eyes? They clapped for you. They say congratulations. But beneath the surface, there's a flicker of disappointment. Your achievement doesn't inspire them. It unsettles them. Because in that moment, your win doesn't just remind them of what they lack. It forces them to confront their own insecurities and failures. Instead of joy for you, they feel relief only when the spotlight shifts away, or worse, when you falter. This is the essence of the Schadenfreude personality, a mindset that feeds on quiet envy. Unlike narcissists, they don't need constant admiration. Unlike dark empaths, they don't rely on emotional puppeteering. Their weapon is more insidious. They find satisfaction in your setbacks and frustration in your success. And here's the chilling truth. You won't always recognize them as enemies. Sometimes they're your closest friends, smiling across the dinner table. Sometimes they're family, sitting in your living room. That's what makes them dangerous. They wear the mask of love or loyalty, while secretly tallying up your losses as their private victories. It's betrayal, hidden behind applause. Narcissists are easy to identify once you know the signs. Vanity, arrogance, and an endless hunger for attention. Dark empaths? Their charm feels magnetic at first. But the moment you spot the manipulation, you can build boundaries. They're obvious predators once you catch the pattern. But the Schadenfreude personality is different. They operate in the shadows of your life. They hide in plain sight, offering support, pretending loyalty, even celebrating you, while quietly savoring every stumble. Because they don't attack directly, you never raise your guard. You welcome them closer, share your wins and losses, and unknowingly give them front row seats to your struggles. That's what makes their presence so corrosive. Imagine a drop of poison in a glass of water. It doesn't harm you instantly, but it slowly seeps into every sip. That's what Schadenfreude does to your spirit. They don't celebrate your progress, they diminish it with silence or backhanded comments. They don't lift you up in failure, they sigh in hidden relief. Over time, their subtle digs and lukewarm reactions chip away at your confidence. You start second-guessing yourself, wondering if you're overreacting. And that self-doubt is exactly what empowers them. Narcissists demand the spotlight, but Schadenfreude personalities dim yours quietly until you no longer shine as bright. Psychologists call it Schadenfreude, a German word meaning harm joy. It's the unsettling satisfaction some people feel when others stumble, struggle, or fail. While most of us may occasionally experience a flicker of this emotion, for certain personalities, it becomes more than a fleeting reaction. It becomes their fuel. They smile when you trip. They whisper when you're down. And deep inside, your setbacks validate their own insecurities. Instead of acknowledging their jealousy or confronting what they lack, they soothe themselves by hoping you'll falter. Studies in psychology reveal that people who frequently indulge in Schadenfreude often share common traits: high envy, deep-seated resentment, and chronically low self-esteem. They are trapped in a cycle of comparison, measuring their worth not by their own growth, but by the struggles of others. Rather than taking the hard road of self-improvement, they prefer shortcuts, hoping others shrink so they don't have to stretch. This mindset is toxic, not only for those they target, but for themselves, because living off the downfall of others means they never truly rise. Think about workplaces. You get promoted, and suddenly a friend at the office starts gossiping behind your back. Not because you wronged them, but because your success feels like their failure. It's the same in families. You share big news like buying a house or finishing school, and instead of cheers, you hear lines like, "Well, must be nice," or "I could have done that too if I had your luck." That's envy in disguise. The tricky part? They rarely attack head-on. Instead, they wrap jealousy in fake encouragement or subtle digs, making it nearly impossible to call them out without sounding paranoid. That quiet sabotage is exactly what makes them more dangerous than narcissists. The most powerful defense isn't confrontation. Because if you call them out, they'll deny, distort, and project until you doubt yourself. The real strength is in boundaries. Guard what you share. Save your victories for those who truly celebrate you. Protect your struggles from those who would weaponize them. Never forget, their influence thrives in the shadows of your trust. Once you stop feeding them access, once you see them clearly for what they are, their control dissolves. That's when you take back your power. So the next time you wonder who your true supporters are, watch closely. It might not be the narcissist demanding attention. It might not be the manipulator disguised as an empath. The real danger may be the smiling face beside you, waiting for the moment you fall. Don't let them feed on your struggles. Protect your energy, guard your wins, and surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate you. If this opened your eyes, hit like. It tells me you want more deep dives into the hidden corners of human psychology. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode. And drop a comment. Have you ever met someone who secretly cheered for your failures? Lastly, check the description. I've left some powerful books and resources about toxic psychology, envy, and hidden personalities that you'll want to explore. Because knowing who's clapping for you and who's secretly hoping you fall might just change the way you see everyone around you.